Shalom family, and I'm coming back at you again, and I'm going in on the topic of the mindset of the so-called white man. Now, I'm going in this for a reason because don't get me wrong, domestic violence can happen in any race at any given time for whatever reason. And I've heard of guys beating, you know, women up for stupid reasons. I mean, dumb reasons. So I'm saying this just doesn't happen in one race, but the point I'm trying to drive home is usually when you're dealing with so-called Hispanic or black reasoning like this, or instances when this happens, is usually a person may be under the influence. The person may be stressed out from maybe not finding work. His kids, could be in some type of trouble. So it's usually economic related and stress related, or the person's high on drugs, which they're not in reality. They're not really thinking straight. And for this man to do this and not be on, as far as the article says, he's not high on anything. He just basically just flips out. And I mean, like I said, I could understand if the man was on drugs or something and he wasn't in his right mind and something like that, and he flipped out like that. That would make a little bit of sense. But this seems like normal behavior for white people. I mean, I sit and watched the other day on TV, and it was about a lockup, a prison show, and the lockup prison show was based on women's prisons. And this woman, this Caucasian woman, for no reason. I mean, no reason. Now, she said that she was on drugs, and I'm pretty sure that had something to do with it. So I'll give her a little bit of benefit of the doubt. That may have had something, to play in the situation. Maybe he wouldn't give her no money or nothing like that. But anyway, to hear her say the story and to tell it, she said with her own mouth, my husband really didn't do anything. She said he asked me, to go get him a cup of coffee, and he was sitting in his chair. And she didn't say he asked me. She didn't say he threatened her. She said, as a matter of fact, her husband was, a pretty decent guy. She was the one that was, doing drugs. But she just said, she basically just grabbed his shotgun, and while the man was sitting in his lazy chair or recliner, and came up from behind him and blew his head off. And she basically said, I still don't know why I did it. I regret it to this day. Now, she didn't say she was on dope that day, even though she was a frequent user. But this is the mind and the pattern of so-called white people. It don't take nothing. I mean, just look at the movies that they produce. Look at the things and the music. I mean, it's just raw, 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 and it sounds like a demon from hell, with a guitar and a demonic band, and their voices distorted. A Marilyn Manson type of music. And I mean, who makes films and movies that a man just comes up out of a lake with a hockey mask on and just starts butchering people for no reason? For absolutely no reason. There's been about 20 Jasons, and the man just walks around, and just butchers people. Michael Myers don't talk to nobody, comes out of a mental asylum, breaks out and just starts killing people, butchering them. I mean, look at all the movies with poltergeist and all these haunted houses, and people's bones breaking, and they walking backwards and climbing up walls like spiders and stuff. I mean, what other race of people on the earth sit around and make that stuff? Now, have other races made other nightmare movies? Yes, but usually we got the concept from the white man, because ain't no black person I know gonna take a camera and go to a haunted house and try to see if he can see something move, or get on a Ouija board to see if he can conjure something up. Now, do some people do that? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And they've been doing it since ancient times. But what I'm trying to say is that's not the norm for our people. But for white people, even the white people that I knew growing up, all of them had Ouija boards. I mean, hell, our people was, trying to hustle and put food on the table, and stuff like that. We was worried about, living, in the hood, whether we going to make it home at night, or if we walk out of the door, hoping, praying to God that we're not going to catch a stray bullet. These people are sitting in some big ass house on a Ouija board, trying to talk to the dead. And I don't want to be too long-winded and going into this stuff, but man, these people are ate up. They're a sick race of people. Real talk, man. I mean, come on. I know we all got problems in other races, and other races do sick things. Satan can really use anybody when it boils down to it. But this is a special people when it comes to Satan. These Caucasian people, these Edomites. They actually push the line to do Satan's work, man. And they love worshiping Satan. They love that goth look, man. They love that blood drinking and bloodletting and self-mutilation and cutting themselves and all that stuff. Drinking blood and feces and, just vile type of things. Let's see, a 19-year-old man was sentenced to a 21-month prison term after being convicted of a 4-hour assault on his girlfriend. James McCourt locked Kelsey Skillen in their apartment in Glasgow, Scotland, disconnected the internet and took her phone and attacked her with punches, and the Daily Mail has reported. Skillen, 18, said the incident occurred after the couple returned from the night out, and McCourt accused her of leaving his jacket and cigarettes behind. "You're going to have a bruised face tomorrow, so I better do it right," he reportedly told her during the assault. The judge of the case, Sam Cathcart, ordered McCourt to be placed under the supervision for 8 months after his release from jail. McCourt was also banned from contacting his former partner for 5 years. Skillen was so badly bruised she stayed off of her work for 3 weeks, Cathcart added. Skillen was relieved following McCourt's sentencing. "I am happy he has been sent away and can't get to me. So I'm so glad," she said. Skillen posted photos of her injuries on Facebook to warn others about domestic abuse. As you can see, he mostly kept hitting my face. Today was a court case, and he was found guilty for everything he had done to me. And I am also now left with a scar, she wrote, reports the Daily Mail. Skillen noted she was hospitalized due to her injuries. "I would never be able to forgive myself if I didn't tell people about this, and another poor girl ended up in my situation. So thanks to everyone who came to support me today and who has supported me this full way. It means a lot," she added. Skillen managed to finally escape the assault when McCourt left the room to go to the bathroom, allowing her to retrieve her iPad and contact her mother. When Skillen's mother arrived, McCourt fled. "During the incident, I kept saying, 'Is it worth going to jail?' And he said, 'I don't care if I go to jail as long as you're dead.'" I mean, what type of mindset is that, man? The woman forgot your jacket and your cigarettes, and you beat her to a pulp? And you're not sorry for it? I mean, you're not, and I mean, like I said, you're not on any drugs, as far as I know. And especially if he's in court, I'm pretty sure he ain't high. So, I mean, this is the mindset of the so-called white man. He will get up and butcher you for no reason and then look at you with his head tilted like Michael Myers. I mean, just look at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was a real event happened. Who in the hell sits in a house with a family and a man with a damn mask on and tries to trap people just to cut them in half with a chainsaw, and they even eat their flesh, man? I remember thinking, he is trying to kill me. He is dangerous. After a while, Skillen said she stopped screaming. That was when he started pouring the water over me. I drifted in and out of consciousness during the incident, so I didn't realize it had been going on for a long time, she said. Damn, I mean, Like I said, this is that Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger type of mentality that the so-called white man is. They are the true offspring of Satan on earth. And if you don't believe me, and if you have any understanding in the scriptures in the Bible, it's in there. So like I said, you can say it's a fairy tale, or you don't believe it, people need to throw it away. Well, I'm sorry, man, it's unraveling. Biblical prophecy is being unraveled right before your eyes. And most of you dummies don't care or understand or care to understand what's going on. But this man right here is leading the forefront. The so-called white man is leading the forefront on doing Satan's work in the earth. Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, meaning he has done so much wickedness on the earth that he's even covered the real identity of who the real Israelites are in the Bible and who are the real chosen of the Lord. And he's even made the images of the Lord to look like himself. That's why when you go into a synagogue of Satan on Sunday, you'll see all their pictures on the wall. Why? Because he covereth the faces of the real judges of the earth. And the real judges of the earth are the 12 tribes of Israel, the Son, which his name is Yahweh, or ignorantly known as Jesus Christ, and the Father, who they call Jehovah or God, which his real name is Yahweh. Those are the real judges on the earth. And he paid in the image to look like himself. So I'm going to close out with that. But man, I mean, when you see some of the movies, man, you like, what the hell? What would possess somebody to make a movie like that? Where somebody's just being butchered and sawn in half for just to the hell of it. I watched a movie actually earlier today, and it was called Death Race. And the carnage in the movie was just unreal. I mean, it was supposed to be a car race, but being the nature of the so-called white man, it just had to be blood and guts and body parts all over the place. And I'm like, damn, I mean, it really lived up to his name, Death Race. Believe me, it was a death race. But, with that being said, I'm going to close out. Shalom.